Hello, and this is the Shizno with Big Brother 10 Reviews, and I'm here bringing you the latest episode in Big Brother 10 Reviews. And today, we're going to talk about the last two episodes that happened on Tuesday and on Wednesday that I have missed to review. I'm sorry I haven't reviewed them. I have been quite busy. But here we go. And where we left off last was that there was a dispute in the house between Rennie and Jesse. What happened was Rennie, the salon hair owner, she had came into the room and the lights were off, and then the door suddenly supposedly locked, but it wasn't really locked. She woke Jesse up. They had a skirmish, and they're still to this day. Jesse proclaims that she never said she was sorry, but she actually did say she was sorry right away, and so that's I don't know if they'll ever get back. He'll say that he was sorry. Now, with that said, we're going to move on to what happened on Tuesday. On Tuesday night, we found out that Brian, the alliance between Brian, Dan, and Ollie was found out by Libra, the only black female in the house this year. And she found out, she went to her friends, April, who likes Ollie, and confronted April, and they got together, and they exposed Ollie and asked him, and Ollie then ditched the alliance that he first created with Brian and Dan, and 8 players went to Jerry, who was the head of household. They told him what was going on with Brian, and Brian was then dropped. He was basically, Jerry went back, and he said he was going to nominate Brian then if the POV was changed. So during the POV competition, which I thought was hilarious, let me tell you about the POV competition. During the POV competition, what you had to do was you had to go underneath, like you were an army soldier, go underneath this deck, right? But underneath it was this like really sticky, slimy, gooey substance, right? And it held you down. It was almost like this glue stuff, and you had to go underneath that first, and then you had to run and get these pillows, and you had to rip them open and look for the bears instead of the pillows, and then you had 5 jars, and you had to find 5 bears. The first person to get all 5 bears into their jars won the POV competition, and there was feathers everywhere. Everybody looked like they had feathers all over them, and it was really funny because Rennie, it seemed like she looked at one time like she was had been tarred and feathered, and she looked like almost like a chicken running around at one point in time. It was really hilarious to watch. So if you get a chance, go on CBS.com and watch the second episode of the POV competition, and it was totally funny to watch. So, anyways, it ended up that Jerry won the POV competition. Jesse won the POV competition. He was on the block with Rennie because of the conflict, and he took himself off the block, and then Jerry nominated, he put Brian on the block in Jesse's place because he had been making deals back and forth with everybody, and all 8 people who he made deals with came and told Jerry that they want him on the block because he was exposed. So what happened was the next day went on. The next episode on Wednesday night, Brian has been voted out of the house, and the head of household competition went on, and Jesse is now the head of household. That's where we stand right now in the show. May I make a couple of notes that a couple of big players in the house seem to be not Dan anymore, but Jesse, for being the bodybuilder that he is, and Jerry is, even though he's an old guy, has a lot of brain smarts, and he seems to be in fit shape anyways for being a guy who's 77. and he keeps in very good shape. But Memphis is making a lot of people worried about him because he was a strong competitor in the PLV competition. As you might not know, April and Ollie are like in love with each other already. It's a showmance going on the show. We have Ollie and April, who are trying to get to know each other. They had their first kiss 6 days into the show. April said she didn't know how it lasted that long that they did not kiss, and so we have a new showmance. Rennie is still going around. She is still upset with Jesse, and if sometimes it's funny to watch Rennie walk around the house and say things. They make it's very funny and interesting to watch it. So, with that said, nothing much else is going on in the Big Brother house that I know of. You can check some feeds out. If you go to CBS.com, you can order feeds, and you can see a lot of photos and the shows in their full back on CBS.com. And let's see here, Reality BBQ is a website that have fantabulous forums. And I'm going to be researching the next day or so for more information. So this has been the Shizno for Big Brother 10 Reviews. Back to you, YouTube.